according to the scriptures, upon the return of Jesus, Jesus is to return and clean up his own house. And y'all Christians going to be the first ones to get dealt with. So I would not want to believe that if I was you, because you are on the wrong side of the law. And it ain't the white man's law. It's the law of God. It's the law of justice. And that's what time it is right now. It ain't about hatred. It ain't about disliking somebody. It's about right and wrong. Either you are right or you're wrong. These people are wrong. This nation is guilty of crimes against humanity. We are the #1 victims. How can you love a criminal? But then you'll sit around here and judge all the little criminals going in and out of jail, but you love and will fight and die for the ultimate criminal, the ultimate devil. You should be ashamed of yourself. Thank you for listening, brothers and sisters. I just wanted to bring that to you. You are victims. We are victims, whether you know it or not. Some of you realize that you are victims now. Some of these people, like I say, they don't know, don't care. They don't know that they are victims. So you let them keep sliding on and doing what they do. But for those of us who are awakened, those of us who will embrace the truth, let us continue to spread that truth and awaken the masses of the people. And hopefully humanity will get rid of itself of this parasite, this virus that has been a thorn in the side of humanity for generations. Peace forever and always. Respect you. And until next time, thank you for listening. I am Angelsnupnup7. Y'all have a good night, or day, or morning. Peace forever and always. And you are in the house of reality. I am the most powerful voice on YouTube. This is the Realitys Temple on earth. And I am the mighty Angelsnupnup7, your brother and hopefully your friend Taalik Ibn'rad. There's an old saying or an old quote, and I will probably paraphrase that quote because at some point you probably heard it before, but I believe it was President Kennedy, correct me, but one of these American presidents told the American people, those who don't know their past are doomed to repeat it. I'm going to say it again because, yes, this comes from a Caucasian person, but wisdom can come from any source. And we make a mistake to reject advice and wisdom because we don't like the vessel that truth comes in. But this person is absolutely correct that if you don't know your past, you are doomed to repeat it. So here we are, the black community in 2012, because we don't know our past. We think we do, but we don't. Actually, we are in a worse condition than we were just a few years ago in the 1960s. And the reason why we are in a worse condition is because we think that we finally made it. We believe that we finally made it to the mountaintop because we are married to white people. We have a nice car. We can play Nintendo. Oh, wow. It's just, the world is so wonderful. But yet and still, our young children can't walk down the street without being shot down like a dog, like this was the 1960s. In fact, it's worse because we shoot ourselves down. So I don't know why these racists are killing us when we are doing just as good of a job, if not better, than they used to do. And that's just the truth of the matter. Now, I am always told, and I know that you are always told from many Caucasian people and others, and what we are told is that we, as the descendants of slaves born in America, that we should forget the past. Forget the past and move on. Those who don't know the past are doomed to repeat it. How can we forget the past when we don't know the past? Who said that we know the past? We were stripped of the knowledge of self. The black man and woman in America, we were our ancestors. We as a people, we were robbed of the knowledge of self. We no longer worship our God, practice our religion. We don't speak our language. We don't know what kind of foods our ancestors ate. We don't know their culture. We don't know anything about our past. The only thing we know about is this history of the struggle of a slave in America. And we really don't know that because it's been watered down to make you believe that you went through all this and now everything is all right. But reality always kick you in the butt. And you have a case like Trayvon, and you have other brothers and sisters shot down in the street like dogs to show you that you have not made it, that things are still the same. It's just the way that the game is played has changed. But you don't know that because you don't know your past. So these people want you, brothers and sisters, and myself, forget the past and move on. But yet it's still a wise white man told his people, those who don't know the past are doomed to repeat it. Why do you believe they want you to forget the past? First of all, you don't know the past. But if you ever do, they want you to move on. Why is that? Do you know why? Because they want you to move on. Because there is something there they don't want you to see. You ever notice? That's the strategy of the high pressure salesperson. Many of you have been through this. I know I have. Somebody trying to sell you something. And then they trying to rush you. Sign the contract. Don't read the fine print. People want you to move on. Just let's sign it. We got a deal going. Sign it. They don't want you to take your time, read the contract, and understand what you are involved in. Why is this? Because they are trying to deceive you. They are trying to trick you. They are hiding something. And if you knew your past, you really don't. What you know of is a slave history in America, and it's watered down. You really don't know black slavery in America. You really don't know. And you really don't know anything prior to the enslavement of our ancestors. You really don't know. They want us to forget the past. First of all, they know we don't know the past. Because brothers and sisters, if you really knew the past, if you really read you was involved in, it'll get you angry as hell. So I understand brothers and sisters who are angry and mad, because when you really understand what has happened to us as a people in this nation, every Caucasian person that you see, oh man, I know, because I used to feel that way, because I didn't know. They watered down the history. They have lied to us, deceived us. They have not told us the reality of what we've been through. So they don't want you to recognize what you've been through. Forget the past. You got a Cadillac. You got a white woman. You got a white man on your arm. You smoke weed. You call each other nigger and you smile. See, you call yourself nigger. Everything is all right now. Happy, happy, joy, joy. And you don't even attempt to read the fine print. These are deceivers. These are tricksters. They would tell themselves, don't forget the past, and they don't. Every time you turn around, they're talking about 9/11. Every time you turn around, they're talking about the Holocaust. Every time you turn around, what George Washington did. Who forget the past? Move on. But they don't move on. But they want you to move on because they know we have been made a fool out of. And guess what? Who's still running who? With all your privileges, with all your Oprahs, with all your Bill Cosby's, all your Michael Jordans, all your Little Waynes. Who still run who? They still run you. You are still, and we are still in a slave position. There is no equality. There is no diversity. It is still separate. The white community, black community, Asian community, Haitian community, everybody is still separate and it is unequal. But because you don't understand your past, you don't understand your reality, and many of you don't want to know the real truth. Many of you don't want to know your past because when you begin to learn your past, the reality of that truth of knowing your past destroys the illusion of your lifestyle, your fake lifestyle that you live in today. It's fake. You are fake. You are nothing but a dark-skinned white man. And some of y'all holler black power family, and you nothing but a white man in the mind. Because if you understand your past, you act just like the oppressor. Your view of success is the way that the white man views success. You are exactly the same, but since you really don't understand the past, you don't understand what has happened to you, you are doomed to repeat what has happened to us. Tricksters and deceivers. You must learn your past. Understand what has happened to you. Because somebody is trying to hide something from you. And you are doing yourself a disservice, and your children have the right to know what happened to them, and stop telling our babies this lie like everything is all right. I am very sure that our little brother Trayvon Martin thought everything was all right till he was shot down like a dog on the streets of Sanford, Florida, because everything ain't all right. He may and he may not get justice in this case. We don't know, because these people are slick. They'll do a little something just to pacify you, calm you down, and then slink their way out of it later on down the line. These people not slick. They do the same thing over and over again, and because we don't know the past, we fall for it. Don't fall for it. Open up your eyes, learn your history, know the past, and you don't move on. If you do move on, you move on in a manner that's beneficial to you and not them. Thank you for listening. Jot down your comments. This is your brother Taalik Ibn'rad. This was and is the Realitys Temple on earth.